When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or skins, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skins uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
The Grand Rapids Griffins win streak is snapped by the Milwaukee Admirals. Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. We are a podcast brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network and sponsored by Draftkings. I'm your host, Connor.
I'm your co-host, Kyle. The Red Wings are back, baby. Todd McClellan bringing some business into Detroit.
Yeah, he tells those Red Wings, you've been playing hockey your whole life, it's time to play some hockey. So the Red Wings decide to play some hockey. 5 games later, they've won 5 games, and they're like 2 or 4 points out of a playoff spot, depending on the date.
Yeah, good stuff. Love to see it. And the utilization of some of the former Griffins on this team.
Yeah, we'll get into that later in the episode. But to start out, we have a Michael Casper poster, and we are giving it away to one lucky contestant. And to join this, to be added into the drawing, all you got to do is go to our Facebook, our Twitter, like and follow us. Go to the page go to the post. You'll find the post on our highlighted section. It should be right there when you open the page. You go right there and you repost that and then comment your favorite player. Any player ever. It doesn't have to be any specific player, just who's your favorite player. Preferably a player on the Griffins. But then we'll add you to the drawing, and we'll have our drawing here soon. And yeah, we'll post the winner on there. We just gave away a Carter Mazer puck and poster. That was pretty cool. We always throw some extra goodies into the bag too when we ship it. So we're just a podcast by fans. We just try to make it fun for other fans and get other people involved in hockey, because it seems like, you're at the arena and there's so many people that are about hockey, and you leave the arena and there's no one to talk about hockey. What you were saying the other day, dude.
Yeah, and especially once, you're from Detroit, you don't really get to see a lot of the Griffins, and you hear a whole lot about what's going on within the city. So we like to share that with the fans listening from Detroit.
Yeah, and that being said, we're also not experts. We're just hardcore fans. So we got some news going on. We got the USA wins the World Tournament this year for the second time in a row. USA. So yeah, Trey Augustine, the goaltender, at the helm of that. Great development for the Red Wings. We had 4 other players in the tournament. We'll kind of name them out, and then we'll go over them individually. So we had Trey Augustine with the gold. We had Max Plante with the gold for USA. And then we had Jesse Kistinen with the silver for Finland. And then we have Axel Sandin-Pellikka, who we'll start with. Axel Sandin-Pellikka, for the second time, he won Best Defenseman in the IIHF.
Yeah, and really just making an appearance. His season with the SHL this year, getting a ton of goals, showing that offensive presence that the Red Wings drafted him for, and getting our hopes very high, as the prospect of him coming to either play in Detroit or Grand Rapids is making me wonder.
Yeah, so he played 7 games. He had 4 goals and 6 assists, so 10 points total. So he was a huge contributor to his team. He obviously got Best Defenseman. Yeah, I'd really like to see him come to GR. We could really use him. He's a different kind of defense that we don't have. We kind of had someone like him, like Gostisbehere, who could score the goals. Philip Hronek, kind of. But no, like, he's a right-handed guy, and he has that scoring ability. And he's just something we don't have. He might be something that completely skips GR, so if we get him in the playoffs this year, we're going to definitely like to utilize him on the power play. We'll probably see him in the power play a lot. I'm just really hoping we do get the opportunity to have him here, possibly with Branson Michael Nygaard also. So Trey Augustine, he's quite the dude, turns out. He was 12-2 with a 91.3 save percentage across 3 tournaments. Is the new all-time wins leader for goalies in the World Junior Championship with 14 wins between 3 tournaments. Yeah. He had a 12-2 with a 9.3 save percentage. And then he surpassed Jack Campbell, who's another familiar face for us Griffins fans here, our other goalie. And he had 10 wins in 2010, 2012.
Makes you proud to be an American.
This was in Max Plante. He's another Detroit Red Wings pick. He got 3 points. He had 1 goal and 2 assists in the 6 games he played. And then Jesse Kistinen for the second place silver Finland team got 6 goals, 1 assist, and 7 points total. So, in 7 games played. So,
yeah, good stuff there by Max Plante and Kiskinen. As Kiskinen, you're starting to hear a little more about him. Looking like a good move to acquire him.
So let's get back onto the track of the Griffins. And let's get to the division standings.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or skins, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skins uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
So the Grand Rapids Griffins are in first place of the Central Division. They are played 33 games with 20 wins, 10 losses, 3 overtime losses, 0 shootout losses for 43 points. For the rest of the division, we have in second place the Texas Stars with 37 points. So that's a big gap there. We got 43, they got 37. We got a nice little cushion. So then you got the Chicago Wolves at third place with 36 points, tied with the Milwaukee Admirals with 36 points also. So tied for third. And then in fifth, we have the Rockford Ice Hogs with 32 points. The Iowa Wild in sixth place with 24 points. And way at the bottom, out of sight, is the Manitoba Moose at seventh with 18 points.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Manitoba as they just have not put it together this season. They have dropped all the way to number 32 below the Utica Comets, who started out without a win for their, I think it was the first 12 games.
Yeah, they only have 8 wins all year and 1 overtime loss. So
Yeah, just real rough there. And Manitoba, they're normally a pretty tough team to compete with, and it just looks like they just have not found it.
Yeah, and the Iowa Wild, they are not much further above them. They got 24 points, and those two, the last 2 spots in our division, the first 5 make it in the playoffs. The last 2 do not. So if the Ice Hawks, Admirals, Wolves, Stars, and Griffins can keep it up, the Wild and Moose aren't looking good. They're already sitting pretty far back there. They need to get it together if they want to catch the Ice Hawks. So the Grand Rapids Griffins are in the Western Conference. They are ranked second under the Wranglers, who have 47 points. We have 43 once again. And then other teams up there are the Barracuda, the Reign, the Firebirds, Eagles. And for the league, we are sitting at 5th place for the AHL. Only behind the Wranglers, the Americans, the Bears, and the Monsters, who we just beat 3 games.
Yeah, Rochester Americans slipping in there. Having a great rut here. They are 9-1-0 in their past 10. Monsters taking a step back, and even the Laval Rocket have taken a step back.
Everyone here is still within a game or 2. So this is very early still. This is about halfway. We're getting to that point. But the picture is getting clearer and clearer every day that goes on. Yeah, Griffins are sitting in a good spot to make the playoffs. I don't see them falling off anytime soon, especially with the return of Carter Mazer and Amadeus Lombardi will be soon. Mazer sooner than later. I guess he's doing contact drills, and Amadeus Lombardi is still a little bit out after that. But those 2 players, we've managed to survive, and not just survive, but to thrive all season, even without them. Lombardi stepped up. It's going to be dangerous to see what happens when we get those guys back.
Yeah, I mean, even when Kosa left, the team held on just fine, and it just goes to show you that there's some good coaching going on around here.
Yeah, and the veteran presence that we've talked about a million times. Yeah, let's kind of get into that, like starting with our hot and cold section. We'll get to our ads first.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? You bet we are. Get in on the action at Draftkings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Remember, all lines and odds are subject to change. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's when you bet just $5, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Blue Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
So in this segment, we like to pick a player who's hot, a player who's cold, and then we randomly generate a player by their jersey number and rate them on a scale of hot to cold. So, who are we picking for hot today?
For hot today, I think there's only one option, and it's Snively.
Yeah, the dude.
The only guy that scored a hat trick this last couple weeks.
Yeah, he's definitely. I think all the veterans have been pretty hot, but I think Snively this week has stepped up. It's his week to be hot. He got the hat trick, and he's just been destroying it. So far this year, Snively has 13 goals. He's leading the team. He's got 11 assists and -3. He's played 33 games so far. But yeah, he's sitting right there on the top of points and on the top of goals. So he's got 24. He's in third in points, first in goals, fifth in assists. The dude's on fire.
Yeah, and when we brought him in, it's what you expected. You're bringing in someone who's a Calder Cup champion and knows how to get the job done and win games. And he has done nothing but exceed expectations, honestly. He's fast. He's got a really nice snipe. And he's not afraid to get physical with some of them bigger guys for how small he is.
Yeah, and with ammo going down, all these guys, these veterans have stepped up and done what they need to do. I noticed they're definitely trying to feed Danielson the puck a little more, which is awesome. But yeah, I'd say he's our guy who's hot for the week.
Yeah, and honorable mentions would be like Austin Watson, as he's put up some pretty good points the last couple weeks. And do you have an honorable mention, Connor?
Dominic Shine has been kicking butt. He had this amazing move the other game on the penalty kill. His penalty kill is just always amazing. And he's always hot. He will never miss a beat.
He continues to find the back of the net too. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, also one more is Shy Boom. Been looking pretty good too. I think I've been liking what I've seen of him. So cold. Who are we got for cold?
Yeah, it's tricky to pick cold when the team's winning games 5-1, 3 games in a row. So it's not anything severe here. Again, we got Brogan Rafferty up to the plate though. Continues his roller coaster ride of a season. As seems like last month when we were talking about him, he was like +5. And now he's back down to 0. And games that we've been playing pretty good. except there's just some noticeable mistakes where I don't know if I don't want to call it lack of effort plays, or if the other players are just faster than him, and they're like skating around him. Sometimes he gets lost covering guys, and yeah, we've seen it a couple times over the last couple weeks. So Rafferty is sitting at 27 games played. He's got 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. And like I said, he's got a ±0, where that number has just been fluctuating all season on him. And when he's playing good, it's noticeable. But when he's playing bad, it's noticeable. So just want him to get out there and stay hot.
Yeah, he's not putting up quite the production he did last year. Last year, he was putting up some major offensive production. He's not getting as much. I don't think he's gonna not give us that, especially when we get towards the playoff. He's a playoff contending guy. He was on the Coachella Valley Firebird deep in the playoffs multiple times. So I'm sure his leadership will step in and he'll be much more of a competitor when it comes to playoffs. But for right now, definitely want to see more of them going up and down. A lot of the goals that happened this past weekend were because of him doing weird stuff, passing, and it's going to have to be on cold. So, all right, let's do that random player number generator.
We got number 47, Alex Doucette.
Yeah, so far, I wouldn't place him hot. I wouldn't place him cold. I feel like he got really hot there for a minute, and I feel like he cooled down. I feel like he's starting to heat back up again. I'd place him at lukewarm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like you said, he found a minute where he wasn't finding the scoreboard, but it seems these last couple games, maybe it was a good line change that he's been playing with, but he had that real nice snipe that got screened by Austin Watson that made it into the net. And just the type of shots that we want him to take. And yeah, he's not hot, not blowing the scoreboard up. So we'll take him right at lukewarm, and hopefully he can get there. We'd like to see Doucette get some more points.
Yeah, so he's played 29 games this year. He's got 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points. And I mean, he played with the Walleye pretty much all last year. He came up a couple times. He's been up here for the most part, and I think he belongs up here. He's made some good steps, but next year I'd like to see a little bit more steps. I'd like to see that goal scoring ability from him that he used to have back at Moosehead. If he could get that unlocked and he could start scoring goals, he could be a real force to reckon with.
Yeah, he has a good game. He's got a +5 too, so it's like he's not a defensive reliability or anything. He's actually out there playing both ends of the ice very well. And yeah, I think that's where we're all at, is we're waiting for those big points to start rolling.
Dude's going to be something here. There's a lot more that dude's going to unlock. All right, let's get into Griffins earning their wings. So the Detroit Redwings are playing hockey, and I think a lot of it's to do with some of these Griffins stepping up. Let's start off with Simon Evanson. I mean, this dude pretty much was the core of our team. He was our big defensive man, and we lost him this year. He's up to Detroit, and he is now their man. Turns out he's the best plus-minus in the whole team and whole defense.
Yeah, and looking good doing it. I think it says something about the Griffins when your top defenseman slides right up into the top defenseman slot for your big club. Because, yeah, 36 games played, Evanson's got 4 goals, 11 assists for 15 points. And, yeah, that +4 on a team that's just been depleted and everyone's minus. Marco Casper's -11. So being +4 says a lot.
Yeah, he had that offensive wraparound attempt the other last game. He's absolutely looking good. He got injured, and you could see like the concern in Dylan Larkin's face and everyone. They're like, "Oh no!" Like he's a key piece to this team, and get used to seeing that dude because we're competing for cups. I can guarantee you that dude's on that team.
Yep, the blonde tower, man.
So Albert Johansson, his old partner, who would usually play with him, he's been playing pretty good too. I mean, he's been getting a lot of offensive shots in. He's not acting scared. It's like this. It's nice seeing him out there playing good.
Yeah, and he actually did get to play with Edvinson there for a minute. McClellan decided to put them with each other for a game, and thought they looked pretty good. Didn't look too out of position with each other as they are familiar, and it's Johansson's got 19 games played. Only come up with 1 assist so far. But yeah, with some more game time and just getting over this whole NHL first season kind of stuff, I think he's going to be fine now that he's starting to get into the season. He's looking a lot better.
Yeah, I'd rather have him out there than like Petrie or Sherratt or Hull or Gustafson. I'll end there, but
Well, Gustafson's a -11 too, so
yeah. So Bergeron out there getting game winners. I think McEllen's going to unlock what we've seen in Bergeron here in GR. I don't think it's going to be to the extent that it was down here, but he's going to utilize Bergeron how he needs to be utilized, which I like to see because Leland is literally trying to make him a defensive player. They're like, play defense, play defense, play defense. And yeah, he can play defense, but that's not what Bergeron is. Bergeron's more of an assist playmaker who can score. Like you put him in that situation, he'll score.
yeah, and he's a very talented, creative offensive player, and you can see it when he gets the puck in his hands. He creates things, and he's one of my favorite players with the puck on the power play. So I think we're starting to see that a little more. I thought it was hilarious that he missed his line change and ended up getting a goal out of it. It's almost like karma has fully turned in his favor, and it's just working out for him now after Newsy has left.
So we got Joe Veleno even making clutch plays. At one point, McEllen said, at one point, Joe Veleno was on a list with Sidney Crosby and a few other players. Like, what the heck is going on here? Why are they using this dude as a defensive guy? He's letting Joe Veleno get loose, and look at that. Ties the game up the other day and on the first line. I'm really liking the coaching change up in Detroit. I hope it can continue. They're utilizing dudes.
And honestly, it seems like the energy that has accumulated from Detroit's 5-game winning streak has just trickled down to Grand Rapids as well. Like we're already a good-looking hot team, and you get your big club finally to perform like that. I think the confidence is going to start to spread around a lot more, and I think it's going to be easier to allow these players to feel better about their lives and not stress so hard. So hopefully they can start having fun, like the little sleight of hand that Kane pulled on Veleno. Some good stuff. You get to see the team laugh a little bit.
Yeah, so Casper, he's looking good too. He's still playing that great grind in the board game. He goes into the boards like fierce with confidence, pulls the puck out. But you can still see like Larkin had a pass there to him, and he hesitated on the trigger. And he didn't score. Something he needs to work on a little bit. But Casper is definitely more than just a defensive player too, or a third C. You could actually make that dude like a 2C.
Yeah, and it is my favorite aspect of his game is how good he is along the boards. He goes in there. He's not a big guy, so it's like he can navigate them, and he just goes in there and takes the puck away, and or at least just not scared to throw his body into the pile. So it's been good to watch Casper. Obviously, that -11 is kind of a little daunting, but he's a young player. Let him find his game out there, and I think we're going to be looking at a really good hockey player over the next 2 seasons for the Red Wings.
Yeah, and then Bob Kaiser is the last guy we got to mention here. Griffins are in their wings. He's been up to Detroit calling the game with Mickey Redmond a lot this year, and I can't think of a better guy to fill in for Ken Daniels when he can't make it. Bob Kaiser's our absolute great guy, great announcer. He's been the guy for the Griffins as long as I can remember.
Yeah, and he does so much work for this team. He travels, he goes down to every road game, and when we don't get to watch the game, we get to listen to Kaiser, and it's kind of been something. It grows on me, it grows on you. Anyone who listens to the Griffins is like, oh, when you turn on the wrong stream on Flow TV and it's not Kaiser, it's like, nope, I can't do this. I need Kaiser.
Yeah, and then when you turn the Red Wings on and it's Kaiser, you're like, heck yeah.
Yeah, it just made me feel good, like watching my team, and I think he is just a very important aspect of this organization that sometime, it might get overlooked at what he does, and he brings a lot of energy into the players, and when he enters the room, and he's got just a good energy guy, if you ask me.
Absolutely. And then his sidekick, Larry Figursky, also.
Can't forget to mention Larry.
All right, so we're going to get to the penalty box.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like aloe or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. With Shop Pay, that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales happening. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whatever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
This segment is the final segment of the episode. We like to end the episode on a fun note, and it's our chance to step out of hockey. We like to throw the biggest idiot of the week into the penalty box for 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or game misconduct. Who are you throwing in the box, Kyle?
Oh, so we got Jermaine Burton, wide receiver of the Cincinnati Bengals. He's a draft pick this year, and he's a very high talented player. Lots of eyes opened in Alabama. just gets to the NFL, but doesn't bring the maturity level to get on the field. As first things first, he's showing up to training camp in pajamas, sleeping through drills or through film sessions, and immediately kind of showing some bad signs. And shortly after, they spot him at the bank or at the casino, slamming the button, trying to get the casino to work for him, the machine to work for him at the casino. And he's alone with nobody after hours, basically, just by himself in there. And then the team travels to Pittsburgh to play Pittsburgh for the final game of the season, and they leave Jermaine Burton at home, only to find out that Jermaine Burton has an eviction notice. And he's also assaulted his 19-year-old girlfriend. And it gets worse. But unfortunately, I think it's time to let a player go when it gets this far.
Did he show up to court in his pajamas?
That's a good question. We'll have to find out. This all happened, I believe, today. So this recent girlfriend assault thing, we'll have to find out what happens. But yeah, it's just a shame when you have this much talent. This could go for any player in the NHL, any player in any sport. If you have that kind of talent and you're given a chance to make that kind of money playing in the most professional league, and you just blow it like that, what are you doing, man? Get your head in the game, literally.
Yeah, that's the best way to get kicked off a team is touch a woman. So, all right, have fun in the box.
Yeah, 5-minute major there.
So I got the Miami Dolphins. So they're competing for a playoff spot. They have to win the game. You got Tyreek Hill changing his profile pictures to Antonio Brown. And Mike McDaniels, the head coach, freaks out and blames him for giving up on the team. So obviously really starts to give up on the team. And they don't make the playoffs. They can't win the game. I feel like the whole distracted them from playing football. And if you're in a professional business like that, you have to be professional, and you can't let daily drama stop you from your goal. Everyone's goal there is to make the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. Not cool, man.
Tyreek Hill, they're watching the scoreboard. I mean, we all know how it ended for the Red Wings last year when they were watching the scoreboard. You can see the players' reactions as they're, Washington beat the Flyers, and Dylan Larkin's reaction was very noticeable. But it takes a big guy like Patrick Kane to go out there and win that game, to go out there and just do it for the team and just get this over with. Let's go play football. Let's go play hockey, whatever it is. Tyreek Hill did not do that. Tyreek Hill looked at the scoreboard, saw Denver up 14-0 and said, oh, this is it. I'm done. I want out of here. We're never going to make it. Kind of put it all on the coach too, man. And yeah, Mike McDaniel's taking some heat here as he was just told mid-game that, oh, I guess I don't have my top receiver, so I'm just going to have to start calling plays around it. So, yeah, and he definitely did. Antonio Brown.
That's going to be a double minor, 4 minutes in the box. Have fun in the box. So that should pretty much wrap us up. The Griffins have some games coming up this weekend. They play the Manitoba Moose for a 2-game set. They play Friday for $2 beer and $2 dogs, and they play Saturday for the superhero night and post-game autograph session by like 3 players usually. Behind the bench, you go to behind the bench and get to go pick up a poster or get anything signed. So have fun, make it out to that game. If you get there early, you can get a Batman bobblehead. You got to be one of the first fans. So yeah, see you out at the Van Andel Arena this weekend versus the Manitoba Moose. Go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Redwings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like, and follow us on Facebook and X. Or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.